Alright, let's try this. I got a pop socket for my phone, which makes it really easy to hold the phone while I'm walking around. Hello everyone. It is... Oh, damn it. Ugh. It is the 29th of September. Just walking back to my car. I bought my lunch for the next few days. Also bought some medicine. Fun story. I have very dry skin. It's literally a skin condition. I have eczema, and it's not usually so bad, especially since I started using lotion all over my body. I guess when I was a kid, it was really good that I got into moisturizing myself really early, because now, I would say 85% of my body is relatively moisturized well. My hands I washed a lot because I touched a lot of electronics, so I have very dry hands as a result. And I never really solved that into my adulthood, so now I feel like I'm going to be stuck with it forever, or at least for a very long time. One thing I never expected to be affected as much as my face. I guess it wasn't until I started fucking around with it. It was perfectly fine until I started messing around with it. I was like, this part feels a little bit dry, let me use some medicine on it, and that made it worse. I used to be able to get by with the medicine I was prescribed. So usually when I try to experiment around with it, I have this medicine that I use to just kind of solve it pretty much. But one day I went to work, and I'd forgotten I had left it in the car, and I didn't think it would be affected by it. But it was a particularly hot day, and what happened was the contents of the tube melted into my I had put it in the driver's side door and had melted all over it. So I was like, oh Jesus. Enough of it was still in the tube that I could still kind of use it, but now it's completely gone. I'm completely dry. So I was like, ugh, I was like, that's fine. I'm just gonna. I remember when I first got that medicine, the part of the prescription the doctor gave, the dermatologist gave, was do this when it's really bad. So he gave me two. One of them was use this one once a week if it's really bad, and then use this other one I would say every day, and then use this one before you get blah blah blah. Part of how this will work out is your self-control, so just don't scratch it and ruin your skin even further. It's pretty much what he said. So I was like, yeah, I got it. So I thought that I could get by with just that little bit of the tube left, and I kind of did. But going back to me fucking around with my face some more, my eyes are very, very dry. I have dark circles around my eyes. I feel as a result of not sleeping a lot, but also partly because of the whole thing with the dry skin and scratching it, and so now it's very red and irritated. And very recently I've been waking up with very dry eyelids, very irritated eyelids. And then I went to go take a shower, and it was it's very irritated and very dry. And I was like, ugh, I have to go to the doctor and get some medicine. But I don't know when I'm gonna have the time to actually go. So I just bought some generic brand hydrocortisone, maybe to help me get by. I don't know. I was always told not to use it, but hey, fuck it. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Because all my special medicated stuff didn't fucking help, And I get that it's kind of a lifelong condition. It's you're always just gonna have dry skin, and that's fine. It'll go away and it'll come back. But Jesus Christ, the bite of In-N-Out is so awful. I hate In-N-Out, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. If I haven't, that's surprising to me. Because I don't like In-N-Out very much. It's overhyped, overpriced, and their food doesn't taste like anything. Anyway, I am driving my own car again. I had made a video last night or something about not last night, the other night. Yeah, it was last night. I was driving home from my uncle because I had to get my car fixed again. That was the thing. It had gotten very wandering. What do you call it? Like, I went on topic a lot, and I kind of meandered around the topic a lot, so I just kind of didn't post it. But basically, all I was saying was that ever since I got into that car crash, I was just thinking about, maybe just trading the car in. I was like, I don't really need a lot from a car, so as long as it can get me to places, as long as it has a working air conditioner and an auxiliary cord, those are the two things that I ask for in a car, other than the fact that it works. I just thought to myself, I was like, I might as well just trade the car in at this point. And so I had given it to the body shop. I had driven a rental. The whole time I was driving the rental, I was like, yeah, it feels like a different car. This is fine. I'm totally down for getting a new car, because like over the past year that I've had it, I was like, it's always had that front bumper fucked up, and then that door, and like, I was like, how much more? And I was like, I thought I was doing so well with driving, and the fact that I got in an accident, it's totally not my fault, by the way. Like, I was doing everything I was supposed to. It was just a kid fucking T-boned me in the intersection, and like, he's a kid, he didn't know any better, but So they were able to pay for the insurance. I feel like if they didn't pay for the insurance, I would have a different tone for this. But the fact that I didn't have to pay for the door at all, it was like thousands of dollars. The fact that I didn't have to pay for it at all, I was like, mistakes can happen. All I know is I try to keep myself in a place where, like, if I know I get distracted easily when I'm driving, I'm gonna stop the car. But like over the years that I've been driving, I've kind of learned. But anyway, I'm meandering again. But basically, when I was driving the rental around, and when I didn't have the car on me, I was like, I might as well I was just like, fuck it, I have no personal attachment to the car. And then my neighbor, the guy that worked on it, he owns a body shop. He worked on my car for me, and he dropped it off at my house, and I got it back, and I was like, it looks so good. Like, I haven't seen it look this good for a really long time, because not only did he fix the door, he also fixed the bumper. I remember like the months that I would have to like wash the car, and I would have to put like a little baggie over the front bumper so that the internal wirings of it doesn't get fucked. I mean, luckily none of the lights were messed up when I hit the front bumper. But anyway, I got the car got fixed. I just had to pay for the bumper. It felt great, and then the brakes started fucking up. I was like, I knew I had to replace that soon anyways. I was like, it's so annoying. And then I started having that feeling again. I was like, anytime something's wrong with the car, I was just like, fuck it. Like, it's so much work every time I fix something in the car, something breaks. Sorry about that. Every time I fix something in the car, something else breaks on it, And this time it was the rear brakes, which I knew had to get replaced at some point. But like, it kind of went from being okay and then not immediately not okay. Anyway, it was really stressful to me. So I finally got that settled. Like, just this past week, I had that feeling again. I was like, I just got the car fixed, and then now something else breaks. You know what I mean? That feeling. So, but now I got the car fixed again, and it's like, feels great. And I'm just like, oh god, I don't think I have like a personal attachment to the car, but this is still, my very first car. And like, my friend was telling me, I was like, maybe if it was like your dream car, you'd care about it a bit more. Because I was telling her I wanted to trade it in, but I was like, I don't think it's the fact that it's not my dream car. I mean, like, it's a decent car. Like, I love it. It's a car. It's my own car. The fact that it's my own, like, it's given me so much freedom over this year. Like, I've had such a different experience because of it. Like, I've been able to go out and actually like make my own plans and shit, like set my own times for the first time in my life. It just felt good. Just felt good, So that's it. That was just my little story on it. I was just like having kind of like mixed feelings, I guess, like mixed thoughts on owning my own car and like owning this car in particular. Like this car has been through so much with me already, and I would hate to see it go, I guess. So at the end of the day, I feel like I'm just gonna stick with it. Fuck it, you know. I don't think it's there's a bunch of lights going off of there. I don't think it's that bad. It's just a nice car. It just constantly needs repairs. It's a problem. But I feel like if I got a new car, I'd have the same experience where, like, I'm not gonna buy a new car. I'm gonna get a used car, of course. I'm gonna trade this in for a used car that's probably a bit more cheaper, so that when something does break, I'm gonna have to replace it. But at least the parts will be a bit cheaper. But part of me is just like, I think I'm just gonna like stick with it. You know, fuck it. It's just the car. It's just a little bit above my pay grade. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna go treat myself to some Jack in the Box because fuck it, I deserve a treat. I feel proud of the fact that I'm getting my bank account numbers back up again. Pretty soon, I'm gonna start being able to put some more money in my savings because I kind of set a rule for myself where I need to keep the same amount of money in my savings and the same amount of money in my wallet at all times. And through constant repairs of this fucking car, I've actually had to dip into my savings a lot. This and a bunch of other shit, you know. So now the fact that I'm getting my shit together again, it just feels good. I just need to maintain it for a couple more weeks, and then I can get myself back to the baseline that I put myself in since February. Yeah, I put myself on a baseline where like. Under this amount of money, no more spending, and then I kept hitting that goal. I kept hitting that baseline, and then I just went so far below it now, and I just need to start. I need to start bringing back my money. So I gotta work on that, I guess. But that's it for me. Thanks for listening. I know I talk a lot, but whatever. No one actually watches these except for maybe Aaron. So, Aaron, if you're watching this, have a good evening. To everyone else, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.